You know the trail. We all have those boxes in the garage or the basement, that file cabinet that's about to burst, or just that pile of old mail sitting on the kitchen counter. It's basically the paper trail of our lives. And, if we're being honest, most of the time we have no idea what to do with it. But what if I told you that letting those papers pile up is one of the biggest and most overlooked risks you're taking? Let's dive into why that is.
It's a pretty straightforward question, right? But the answer, well, it can be a little unnerving. Because tucked away in all those documents is a literal goldmine of information for anyone with bad intentions. We're talking about the raw data, the building blocks that someone could use to steal your entire identity.
And the scale of this problem is just staggering. Every single year in the US, we see somewhere between 8 and 15 million cases of identity theft. Now here's the kicker. This isn't all about super sophisticated hackers and data breaches you see on the news. A whole lot of these cases start with something incredibly simple, a piece of paper carelessly tossed in the trash.
Okay, so that leads us to the most important question. How do you actually protect yourself? Well, it all starts with knowing exactly what you need to destroy. And this isn't just about spring cleaning or decluttering, this is about your security.
A lot of us think we've got this covered, right? You shred your old tax documents, maybe the odd bank statement here and there, but the reality is, the list of documents that put you at risk is so much wider than you probably imagine.
Yeah, this net is way wider than you might think. Of course, we all know about tax returns and anything with a social security number on it. But what about the stuff we don't think about? Old medical bills, those pre-approved credit card offers that go right from the mailbox to the recycling bin, even old utility bills. They all have these little breadcrumbs of your identity, account numbers, addresses, you name it, that can be pieced together.
And you know, this isn't just a friendly suggestion. In a lot of places, it's actually the law. Take Massachusetts, for instance. Their state regulations specifically require that personal information has to be made completely, and I mean completely, unreadable before you throw it away. Just tossing it in the trash, even if it's ripped in half, simply doesn't cut it.
Now, I know exactly what a lot of you are thinking right now. Hey, I've got a shredder at home. I'm good. But let's take a closer look. Is that trusty do-it-yourself solution really doing the job you think it is?
It's a really comforting thought, isn't it? That little machine under the desk acting like your own personal security guard? The problem is, for the most part, home shredders give you a false sense of security. And we're about to see exactly why. So, when you put them side by side, the difference between a home shredder and a professional service is just night and day. Think about it. A home shredder is slow. You're feeding pages one by one, it overheats, it jams all the time. Oh, and you have to pull out every single staple and paperclip first. A professional service, they use industrial machines that tear through huge volumes in seconds. No prep needed from you at all.
But here it is. This is the single most important point, the security itself. I mean, what's the point of shredding if it's not actually secure? Security researchers have shown, time and again, that documents from those common strip-cut home shredders can actually be put back together. Sometimes it's by hand, sometimes it's with software that can scan and digitally reassemble the strips. All that work you did for a security measure that can be easily defeated.
So, if the DIY method is flawed, what's the alternative? Well, this is where the pros come in. They offer a process that's not only way more secure, but also way easier.
The whole professional process is designed to be ridiculously simple. You literally just drop off your boxes of paper or schedule a time for them to come pick it up. Then, these incredibly powerful industrial shredders basically pulverize everything into tiny confetti-like pieces, making sure your information is gone for good. And here's a great bonus. 100% of that shredded material gets recycled.
The advantages here are just huge. You don't have to do any of that annoying prep work. Your sensitive medical records are handled in a way that's fully HIPAA compliant, which is a big deal. You can even get a certificate of destruction, which is fantastic for business records or legal stuff. It's really all about getting total peace of mind.
So, protecting your identity is obviously goal number one. But what's really cool is that the benefits of using a professional service don't actually stop there. There are some really positive knock-on effects that you might not have even thought about. When you look at the whole picture, you realize it's a complete solution. Yeah, you've got the identity protection, which is the core of it, but you also get that peace of mind we talked about. You get back all that time you would have wasted feeding a tiny shredder, and you get to make a genuine, positive impact on the environment.
And I'm not kidding. That environmental impact is not some small, trivial thing. We are talking about a major, measurable effect that comes from the simple act of securely getting rid of your old paperwork. Check out these savings, they're truly impressive. For every single ton of paper that gets recycled this way, we save over 17 trees, 7,000 gallons of water, and about 4,000 kilowatt hours of electricity. To put that in perspective, that's enough electricity to power the average American home for months. All of a sudden, that weekend cleaning project becomes a pretty significant act of sustainability.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here. The risks hiding in your files, why your home shredder might not be enough, and what the professional alternative looks like. But if there is one single crucial idea to take away from all of this, what is it?
It really boils down to this simple analogy. You need to think about your document security in the exact same way you think about your home security. You would never, ever leave your front door unlocked when you leave the house. So why would you leave your personal information totally vulnerable in a trash can or a recycling bin?
And really, that's the question I want to leave you with. Tonight, when you lock your front door, just ask yourself, is the paper trail of my life just as secure? Because in the world we live in today, it absolutely has to be.